Hi everyone, welcome back. This is Dr. T. Lawrence, and this is my channel called Sessions. On this channel, we speak about all mental health topics and everyday issues that you probably are just trying to cope and get through. Before I start, I wanted to give some information out about the scheduling for this channel. I will start posting videos next week on Wednesdays, Friday, and Sunday. Again, I will start posting videos on Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday. Today's topic, I wanted to speak about work and family life balance. How do you balance the two? The reason why this topic is trending so much is because we are returning to work in the fall. People who are working for companies, you are expected to possibly return to work in the fall under a hybrid schedule. What does that mean? Hybrid schedule is basically allowing the person to go in office or even in school a couple of days out the week, and then they're able to work home for part days during the week. So with that thought in mind, having this hybrid schedule, you may start becoming anxious because it will be a lot to juggle, a lot to handle. Before you even start thinking about the fact of returning back to work with this type of schedule, let's think about what happened during COVID. During COVID, when we were all mandated to work from home, many things were exposed. You may be guilty of it, or you may know someone. You were able to witness people that you may know at your company that were possibly unorganized. You're actually sitting there, you send out an email to them and you never get a response back by the end of the day because they never check their emails. So you have probably experienced disorganization. You probably even experienced time management, poor time management skills, where a person is like, they have a whole 8-hour day, and by the end of the day, they're only able to accomplish one or two things. And these habits that have probably started or already been there is something that you have probably been dealing with. And this is something that you really want to get a handle on moving forward in the fall. One other thing that you probably notice is knowledge, the employee's knowledge. You may have had an employee who at work was like the star, but at home, you're finding out that there was not much that they knew, or you found out that basically they were getting a lot of assistance from their peers and they no longer have it. What you did learn about that is that you probably needed training with certain things. It was just a time to self-reflect and grow. It did put a hamper on our self-confidence, but the good news is that you probably all improved somewhat, but the bad news is that this is not completely over. From what I understand, in the state of New York, and I think in many other states, the hybrid schedule is the way to go starting in the fall, which means people will return to work on an alternate schedule. And that also means you will still be able to work from home. However, juggling the life of family and work will still become something that is very stressful for an individual. It's stressful in itself to play many roles in your family. But imagine having this schedule where you are expected to be to work 2 to 3 days out the week, and then you have possibly children or your spouse or your partner. They also have their schedule too. So what are some things that we can do to help you balance this work and this family life? First, you need to know that you could definitely get through this, and it is possible. You made it through the year, so definitely you will be able to make it through another one with a hybrid schedule starting off. So first and foremost, the first thing you want to do is prepare. I said in my last video about returning back to work, preparation is like the key to all of this. You want to know the schedule of yourself. What kind of schedule are you expected to have? You want to know the schedule of the household. Everyone's schedule for the week should be posted and recognized in the household. So it will eliminate interruptions into your work day or interruptions into your child's school day. So you would like to sit down and figure out who's who and what is their schedule for the week. This is for everyone. Number 2 is childcare. This is your time to start exploring your childcare options if you have a child that needs assistance during the school time period when they're at home. When we first started during COVID, it was acceptable and employers were flexible with knowing your children are there and they may interrupt your meetings. But as we move forward and the fact that it's normalizing this hybrid schedule, your employers may not be so flexible about your child in the Zoom meeting. It won't be considered acceptable anymore. So you have to explore your options. You may have to speak to neighbors, family, friends, someone who can assist you during those days when your child have to be at home for school. So you want to explore all your options and include that in your preparation plan. Number 3, meal preparation. Depending on who does and whose role is to cook in the household, many would actually cook after a 9 to 5 schedule. If you're on a hybrid schedule, it may or may not work, but some recommendations there would be to consider cooking earlier in the week, like prep all your meals for the week or one day, or you may cook earlier in the day. What you want to do is try to do some of your routine tasks maybe at one time just to get it out the way. So your week could only entail possibly just interacting with your family or interacting with work. So you will have less chores. So you want to try to modify how you plan your chores for the week. You may want to do them early on, then later to take the stress off of you. Number 4. Number 4 is a big one. It's quality time. In order to achieve quality time with the family, you would have to separate the two in the hybrid schedule. That means separate family life from work life. How do you do that? For work life, you would actually possibly have an area in your household set up for work, which is fine. But once the shift is over, you have to create a behavior that ends your work shift. You may cut off the computer. You may leave the work area. You may stop emailing, leave the office phone in another room, but you want to what is it called? Let me say, I'll repeat myself. You basically want to unplug from work completely and separate yourself from that life. And then now you entertain your family life. In the family world, you want to focus on having more conversations, looking into each other's eyes, just speaking more. Put the technology down, because the only way to balance is to pay more attention to one thing at a time. When you try to, even though the mind can do it, but when we try to juggle so much, the balance of ourselves, you're not balancing your life. And it can become stressful. So you want to give some mindfulness tools to these activities of family time. It's good to do. It allows you to enjoy it more, and you'll feel better about it in the long run. The last thing and the biggest thing, and also what makes this so important, is during COVID, depression was on the rise. So with this hybrid schedule, the good thing is you are forced to go back outside because you have to return to work a couple of days, or if you have a child, they have to return to school. But outside of that, you need to make it a part of your life, and I would recommend to try some kind of activity, at least 5 minutes a day. It can include walking outside. It can include just gazing into the sky. It can include exercise. It can include cooking something with a family member. Just something that pertains to you actually stepping outside of your door day by day, not just once a week, day by day, and doing something that's not work related. So that is all my tips for returning back to work on this hybrid schedule and trying to balance your work and your family life. Family is truly important. but work does assist and help manage things in your household. But the family is what's going to keep you here, keep you breathing, keep you motivated, and keep you going. So we have to give more attention to that and know how to balance it. Again, this is Dr. T. Lawrence. This is my channel Sessions, where we're here just to grow together. Thank you all. I look forward to seeing you again. I'll post my next video on Sunday. And after that, you'll see me again on Wednesday. I hope you all are enjoying this channel. Just subscribe below. Thank you. Bye.